Hi.
Hey everybody.
Hello. It's our first live show.
This is so weird, you guys. Normally we do like we record the show and then we edit it. We on here live. Y'all looking at us now. Or either you looking at us later. So this is really weird. But we figured we had to dip our feet in the water of live shows. So here we go.
Let's do this, man. Let's do this, Kilolo.
All right. So hopefully some of y'all will be joining us sooner or later. But at any rate, what we going to talk about first?
Let's do the playoffs first.
Okay.
So we are the playoffs are underway.
Mm-hmm.
So Saturday's game will be the
Jaguars and Chiefs are first,
and then the Eagles
and the
and the Giants.
Yep.
So I'm gonna do the NFC. You do the AFC. Cool.
Cool. Let's go.
So NFC, Eagles and the Giants. Divisional teams tend to play each other very well.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have to give the edge to the Eagles. Home field advantage too, and I do believe Hurt is going to show out the 1 week rest they had. I hope everybody, they got the game plan together. My only thing is that run from the Giants is very scary. Saquon can take off at any moment, and there is a hole in the Eagles' defensive line. We were able to run it up the gut on them when we beat them in Philly. So kind of want to get an edge. I got the Eagles to win it.
Yeah, I think I have the Eagles to win it too, but I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants won because, like you said, divisional teams play one another. They know one another very well. They're not afraid of one another. They're not impressed with their little number one seed. They're not. And so I wouldn't be surprised if the Giants won, but I'm with you.
No, I think the Eagles should win this game. Win this game. They should definitely win this game. They're not playing 100%. If they meet the Eagles that we met when we went to Philly, the Giants are going to have it'd be an upset. But the Giants, this is what they do. When they get in the playoffs, they tend to do well.
Yeah.
And this would be their first playoff game without Eli. So let's see if it's just a Giant thing or was it?
What do you mean their first playoff game without Eli?
I do. Did they make the playoffs before without him? Because Eli just retired.
I'm saying they just won last week. Right?
But I'm just saying that's the first time they're in the playoffs without Eli.
Oh, I see. Okay.
First time they're in the playoffs without Eli. So I'm curious to see how this is going to end. But I do think the Eagles should win handily.
Yeah, and a lot of times too, having that bye week can hurt you. Some people say
you get too much rest.
Yeah, some people say they need that rest and it helps them, and some people it gets them out of their rhythm.
Yeah.
So we don't know. We're going to see. So hopefully, when you watch this, put down in the comments, who you want to win, who you think is going to win. But we are picking the Eagles for this one. I think Hurts is going to have a big game.
Right.
Okay.
So next we'll do the AFC Saturday game.
Okay, so this Saturday game, y'all, I don't even know how this happened, but here we are. Now, I was rooting for the Jaguars last week. I was, right? But now they have to face the Chiefs. Not that the Chiefs are what they were cracked up to be before. I don't know if this is going to go well, okay? So it's the Jaguars at the Chiefs in Kansas City. That's what I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Kansas City.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I don't even know how we're going to discuss this. I would hope that the Jaguars could pull it off. I would hope that they would pull off the upset. I would love to see something new or something fresh. I don't think that's going to happen.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
I applaud them for getting past the first game.
Yeah.
But this is a hard stop for them because no way is my homeboy going to let us down. Mm-mm. He is too familiar. He knows how to turn it up in the playoffs. He's been here every time, like 3 times in a row.
Yeah, I know last year they won the AFC Championship
in the championship they won Super Bowl. So so it's a wrap. We can stop this conversation right here. We applaud them for their efforts up until this point, but do hear me. The Chiefs are gonna get this W in Kansas City.
But go Jaguars somehow. I don't know, but
do you want them to win?
I love to see I think you may be the same way. You want to see the underdog, do something. But that's not even the underdog. That's an under puppy.
Yeah, Sabrina. They need some more. Yeah, I want one. So we good.
Okay.
So and then Sunday's game, NFC game.
Oh my gosh! Which one should we talk about first? The Sunday games are the best games to me. Okay. I'm glad the schedule.
Let's go at the one that we gonna leave. That I want the 49ers and the Cowboys. Now, last year, the 49ers was my team because they took out every team in the playoffs that I did not want them.
Correct.
So now they're up against them again. I believe that they got it. Everybody is worried about Purdy, whatever his name is. They worried about the rookie. But I think he can hold his own.
Yes,
he went up against the GOAT, and he made him look like he was a rookie. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I think he hold his own. I do believe that the weapons they had, Debo was playing well. They all seem to be jiving right. I think this is their year. I think this is the 49ers year.
I hope this is the 49ers year. I would not mind that. Okay, so we're Commanders fans. If you don't normally watch, we're Commanders fans. Since we're out, you know, they ain't gonna show any room for the Cowboys. That ain't gonna happen, okay?
I can't. It's against my religion.
Yeah, I think the 49ers are the strongest team in the NFC, period.
Yeah.
I remember when we were playing them towards the end of the regular season, I was like, I wasn't ready for that game. Wasn't ready. The 49ers should absolutely beat Dallas in California. They have the better defense. They have the better team all around. But the Cowboys know how to score them points.
They do.
That's what makes me nervous, okay?
They do.
Makes me very nervous. So with that being said, if somehow the Cowboys can pull this off,
they might have a straight shot to the Super Bowl for real this year.
But
we're not calling that because you know why? Because the 49ers are going to shut that run down. They're good at shutting that run down. And they got a double team. If they just flank a double team Lamb, we in there. Because that other boy, the other one, who they picked up, T.Y., they got T.Y. They picked up T.Y. He was good where he was with the Colts, but now that he caught 1-2 passes last game.
They got to get his little feet wet again.
That 49er defense got to show up. Because I cannot. We got a pass last because after we beat them the last regular season, the DMV was quiet because they didn't know how they perform against.
Correct.
You know, so they won that. They beat the Vikings, and now it's starting to get a little noisy again. So they have to just shut them down. 49ers all the way. I just hope that defense shows up. We need that defense to show up, and Purdy needs not to choke. He's been doing well so far.
Yeah.
He has a 101 quarterback QBR. So let's keep it up there. But he looked phenomenal last game. I was impressed. I'm thoroughly impressed by this dude. And check this out, y'all. He was the last person to be picked out of the draft. Not the last round. The last person.
What they call him, Mr. Irrelevant. I think that's what they call him. Yeah.
He was the last person to be picked out of the draft.
So he wanted to show them how relevant he actually is. Okay.
So that goes to show you great things to come out from later rounds. You can get diamond in the rough.
Yeah. Gosh.
But go 49. I don't have to buy me a 49er shirt because I need all the energy I can get. Dallas cannot win this game.
Yeah. Let me tell you this: if they somehow manage to do a miracle and win that game, we would never hear the end of it.
Not in the DMV, the District, Maryland, and Virginia.
Yeah.
We were not.
So 49ers all the way, right? Yeah, they should win.
Niners. I really want to root for the homeboy because Kyle kind of grew up with us. When his dad was coaching here, he was an assistant coach here, and I really hate the fact that we didn't see ahead to acquire him as a coach, and he can be our head coach. Him, Kyle, McFlurry.
We let everybody
go. Everybody leave. We let everybody go, and they went to other places to flourish. Okay, thank God and bless God for that. But it'd be nice if the hometown kid could win one Super Bowl. We got one last year.
Yeah.
So let's see if we can get the other one this year.
Now, can I jump in here? I'm drawing the blank. The Buccaneers. The Cowboys just beat the Buccaneers, right?
Yes.
They just let go of Byron Leftwich, right? Just let go of him. We're gonna get to Washington later, right? But Leftwich is now like this free agent coach situation. He was the offensive coordinator for the Buccaneers. The Cowboys beat them. So the Buccaneers, we're gonna get to the Buccaneers later. I'm jumping because we got a lot to say about Tom and the Buccaneers. But it
will be. I know you great go. I know you great go.
Ahead.
I know you great go. We can wait.
We're gonna wait.
Yeah. So do the AFC game. This is the Sabrina game right here.
Okay. So the AFC, this game makes me very, very nervous.
Why?
Because we got the Bengals at the Bills. Okay. Last year, weren't those the two that played last year that phenomenal game?
No.
It was the Bills and the Chiefs. Right. Okay. So the Bengals, I want to win this game.
Why?
Because first of all, I don't know though. The Bills lost so phenomenally last year. I almost want them to get another opportunity. I want the Bills to get another opportunity. That was
I want to see the Bills and the Chiefs go at it again. That's really. I'm gonna be honest with you. I can really care less which one of these teams win. But if the Bills beat the Bengals there and the Chiefs do what they're supposed to do, it's gonna be that'll be the epic game of that would be
redemption.
Exactly, epic game number 2.0 because that was one of the best games I have ever. 13 seconds
ever.
Ever. Yeah. So that's really why I'm kind of rooting for the Bills. I'm gonna be honest. I can almost care less.
Yeah. I get it. I
want to see a repeat of the Chiefs and the Bills go at it.
Yeah, you're right. I changed and agree with you. Yeah. So who do you think is going to win this? Because this could go either way to me. It could go either way. And to me, the Bills weren't as crisp last week as they should have been.
But I don't think Josh going to do that 2 weeks in a row.
No, I don't either.
And Chase could be shut down. That Burrows Chase tandem. Mm-hmm. Some teams have found a way to shut him down. So the other people will have to step up. And I just don't think their running game is not as strong. If you ask me, with the Bills. So I have the Bills winning this one.
I think it's going to be. I think it's going to be the Bills. With a 3-point game, 3 or 4 point game. It's
not going to be by landslides. It's definitely not going to be a monkey stomp. But the Bills should win this game.
Yeah, and you're right. Josh Allen's not going to have a bad
not 2 in a row, no.
Okay. So far we got who we said. We got the
Eagles over the Giants. We have the 49ers over the Cowboys. We have the Bills over the Bengals. And we have the Chiefs over the Jaguars. I'm surprised the Jaguars. Come on, y'all. Dude, is this Twilight Zone? Because who would have thought they would even be,
I was rooting for the Jaguars last
week. I was like, they're going to burst themselves. They need to just put Trevor stepping up. So,
yes. And the Chargers, they beat the Chargers. The Chargers fall apart. I don't know what it is about them. They can have a lead, and they just don't know how to hold the lead. They don't know how to win. They don't know how to put games away. I was not surprised that the Chargers fell apart. It was epic, though. It was like 27-3 at one point. Yeah, so I was surprised it was that much of a fall apart. But, I wasn't impressed with the Chargers or whatever. So I'm glad that the Jaguars won, but they ain't winning this week. So anyway.
So let's move on to talk about the head coaches, the vacant positions, and who got fired.
Okay.
So we don't have a thorough list, but these are the notable ones because a lot of people lost their jobs. So So the one that stood out to Sabrina and I is the Bucs. Yeah. So they let go of their OC, the offensive coordinator, Byron
Leftwich,
who was from DC.
Yeah.
They let him go. But I believe they let him go because Tom played bad. He really did an awesome job, if you ask me, because Tom was off this year with all his personal things going on and just fighting to get back to the championship. It's in him to do that. He's the GOAT. He's already fortified. He can almost get his yellow jacket tailored right now. You know what I'm saying? Because he's going first ballot. I don't understand the need for him to keep playing. He done lost his family. He had losing record. Yeah. It is time for him to sit it down. Why is he not able to? And why did they blame the OC versus his bad play?
Well, I think it's a combination of the two. I think that Tom it's past time for Tom to hang it up. He should have been, like we said,
when he won that last Super Bowl with the Bucs.
Yeah, when he came to the Bucs and won, that was his little farewell parade. He should have paraded right on home, but instead he decided to stay, and so. I think it's a combination. I think it's Tom overstaying his welcome. I think it's Byron's play calling. I think it's a lot of things. I think they need to just implode that whole thing and start over. And I think that Tom needs to be wise. He's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what you need to do. You need to go home and find your kids because they with Giselle. Go find your kids and spend time with them like you should have been doing instead of being back on that field right now. That's what you should have did.
And I have to be honest. I have to be honest in this moment. What happened with Lamar? That would have made me go, I'm good.
Right.
So that would have made me go, I'm good, because that could have happened to anyone. His heart just stopped. So you playing this ball at your ripe tender old age, I'm about to say tender age.
Right.
He done accomplished all the feats he can. Nobody is going to beat that 7th Super Bowl. I can't.
And you have to be on a team that's a contender And right now, I don't see the Buccaneers in that position. So is he going to go to another team? Is he going to go? I've heard like the Raiders or this, to that.
Why?
Listen, you're never going to get back what you had before in terms of, that perfect team. You're 45. Come on now.
Yeah,
go home.
Yes, I'm begging. I pray for him to get that idol off of him, so that he can just, just submit to the fact that he's done the best he can and lay it down. I don't agree with him playing at his age, and it's not, even though he's in perfect health, it seems to me, he's just ruining his numbers, if you ask me, and it's making it go down. Because what was his quarterback rate, and when he was over like 56.3?
Yeah, he was a mid-range.
It was bad. And speaking of age, what about aging Rodgers?
She said aging Rodgers.
Because he too, now he may not be ready to put it down like Tom should, but I need to start thinking about shutting it down.
He's not.
But Sabrina, the Packers need too many pieces to be contenders. The Lions took them out twice this year. Not that the Lions, but the Lions are a good team. They just seem to run into 3 points here, one kick there, one bad call here. But the Lions took them down twice. They didn't even make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And he got enough money. I just don't understand. What are they looking?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you.
No, go. I'm talking.
I just feel like unless you have a contender in place, why are you wasting your time? Unless your team is set up to really win and make a serious run at the Super Bowl, why are you still there at your age? Why are you doing it? Unless it's just you have this addiction. You can't get away from it. You don't know what else to do.
I don't want nothing in my life that's an idol like that that's going to make me because when Lamar hit that field, the whole world was praying. Everybody knew God in them 9 minutes.
Right.
Even the commentator was like, let's take a break, and went in on the prayer. God,
Dan
get them up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh my goodness. So I just feel like they should just, I don't want them to get hurt. I don't want them. I just want, they had their heyday. He too is going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer. I just think they need to lay it down. He needs too many pieces that they can't do all of that in then one season. It's going to take at least 3 seasons to get them back up and running.
But here's my prediction. I think Aaron's going to come back somehow, some way.
Definitely.
I think Tom's going to hang it up. I think he's going to do it. I think he's going to do it this time.
You think so? It's going to be for real?
Yeah, I think he sees that the situation is declining. I think he sees that he's not on his game no more. I think he sees that his team is not a contender like they used to be. I think he's going to hang it up.
Okay.
I think.
So do you think Brian should come home to DC?
I thought about that. We were talking about that. I said Byron Leftwich, the offensive coordinator for the Bucs that just got fired, is from DC. And we just fired our offensive coordinator. Hey. So wouldn't it be cute if Byron came home to coach here, the offensive coordinator here? That would be great.
So I'm on a few of my Commander hubs and stuff like that. And one guy was like, they should get rid of everybody and make Del Rio the head coach and then put Jen in the OC position. Jennifer King.
Okay.
She's our assistant running back coach. And I was like, ooh, that would be nice. But I don't think the world is. I would love for her to be a coach, not an assistant, anything. I think she's more than qualified. She's a former female football player herself. I think she's done a great job with them. That was the only group of players I didn't have a problem with this year was the running backs.
Okay.
I had a problem with the line. I didn't have a problem with the defensive line, and I didn't have a problem with the running backs this year. Okay. I had a problem with everybody else.
Got it.
So I say she did a great job. Maybe make her the assistant OC, because she seems to get them, together. But he was like, make Del Rio, his name is Jeremy, make Del Rio the head coach. And I said, no, I say clean the whole slate. Get all of them out.
And I say clean the whole slate, except keep Del Rio as the defensive coordinator.
Because the defense was pretty good. The defense wasn't as bad.
Let them stay together and continue to gel. We need to work on them safeties and them linebackers. Good gracious for life. Once you get past that line, it's 50-50.
Open field.
Yeah.
I can get through them hoes.
Wait a minute.
It's the truth, Sabrina. They get past that line, you got to pick. And the opponent seems to always be somewhere off by themselves. Right. Like they don't have a man assigned to them they're supposed to cover.
How they get so wide open.
Oh, my goodness. And it's been happening all year. They have to address that secondary issues that we have in the draft. We need to acquire some top-rate talent, or we need to get them young, and train them up. Correct. Have Ryan Kerrigan be defensive coach? Would that be nice if Del
The
Rio
whole
takes
defense or position?
If Del Rio takes the head coaching job, who's going to be the defensive coach?
I don't want him to have the head coaching job.
You don't?
No.
Okay.
I want him to be the defensive coordinator.
It seems you know how stuff working in with the Commanders. All the stuff that they should do and you want them to do, they don't do.
So my question is, should we get rid of Ron Rivera too?
Oh, he's next.
But here's why I don't think he's going to be next.
Why?
I think that we should get rid of him, but I think with this ownership change, which we need to talk about, there may not be enough time for them to come in, get themselves set as a new owner, and then pick a coach, and then get them acclimated. It's not enough time. So I think by default, he's going to be back. By default, he's going to stay the coach. That's what I think. But should he go if everything was in place and the owners was here? Should he go?
Don't the trash get picked up on Thursdays? Put his out on the curb Wednesday nights. I'm done with him.
Listen,
I'm done with him. Sabrina, is he just you not enough? He don't have that. Okay, look at Tomlin. And you won. Sabrina won the bet. Because I said Tomlin was going to have his first losing season. He didn't, but he didn't make the playoff, but he didn't have a losing season.
Right.
So that's 16 years in a row he has had a win. He's never had a losing season. But he needs to get something and someone. Sabrina, he's not the answer.
What lost me, I was all right with the man, but what really ticked me off was when he sat Taylor Heineke down and put
that bump in.
Carson Wentz. Now let me be clear, okay? Let me be clear. We know these are very nice people. Ron Rivera seems to be a very stand-up man, a very nice man. Carson Wentz seems to be a nice gentleman. We're not talking about them as people. We're talking about them as players. When he sat down Taylor Heineke and put in Carson Wentz, I said, that's it. He lost me. That's it.
Yeah, I couldn't.
He needs to go.
Yeah.
But he's not going to because there's not enough time.
Okay. And speaking of the ownership, there has been 2 legitimate bids. Bezos, they say, is the second richest person in the world because everybody thinks he's the richest. He's not. He's the second richest person in the world. So he's out of the running. Mm-hmm. And now who's the guy that's
Josh Harris. But back to Bezos real quick. The reason that he's out, most likely people are speculating, is because Bezos owns the Washington Post. The Washington Post writes scathing things about Daniel Snyder. So Snyder's like, I don't want to sell my team to the people that's been up against me all these years. So,
but does he have a say in that?
That's a good question.
Like, don't the other 30 get to have a say because they all do that together?
Yeah, but I think Snyder has some sort of say in it. He doesn't even want him to be able to submit a bid, and he hasn't. They said Bezos has not submitted a bid, not an official bid. Like, he's expressed interest, but it's like, nah.
But the good news, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
No, but the good news is there is some talk about putting the new stadium in RFK and making the now FedEx Stadium the training facility. Mm-hmm. So they will train at FedEx. They're going to doctor it up, and then they're going to build a new stadium RFK. I hope that that's the plan because that would bring so much life back.
Perfect. That would be perfect. Yeah.
We have been off since we left RFK.
Yeah, we have been off. I would love to have a stadium that has that feel again, that camaraderie, that ambiance, that feeling with the rocking and
they be rocking with me. They wanted $300 for them chairs. And then $400, they selling the chairs at RFK. I just knew I was gonna give me a chair for $50. That jump said $399 and $499 for the good ones. I said I passed.
I thought the chairs was gonna be $1,000 each.
You did?
Yeah. So
ain't no way.
So $300 or $400. I was like, that's a good deal.
I can't.
Imagine making your she cane. Okay, you a Redskin football team.
I'm in the process of making mine too.
See what I'm saying? And you could have 2 seats.
I would need 2 though, Sabrina. That's a G.
Listen, the way we can spend money on stuff. Listen, you get them 2 seats and you have them forever. You have a piece of Redskin history. Next,
I'm gonna paint a chair on. Right, y'all ain't gonna know different.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, I'm gonna pray about it. But anyway,
so
that's great news. I hope they do with the new owner because Josh owns the 76ers and the
New Jersey
Devils. So he owns a hockey team and a basketball team. So he's just at a football team.
And he's from DC.
Oh, he is.
He's a native of DC.
Now, wait a minute. So that put him in the fan slot. Yeah. You cannot be a fan and an owner.
Which is what Snyder did, right?
They don't be a businessman, be an owner. Fan and owner don't work well. Mm-hmm. So I wish he was from LA or someplace like that.
Yeah, who knows who get it? My thing is, we just want someone who's going to do right by the team,
correct,
by the fans, make winning decisions. We want somebody that ain't going to do craziness. We want go ahead.
Name it our mascot, Major Tutty. So let's break this down because we 3 weeks late with this one.
Yes.
So I happened to go overseas one time, and somebody said that word, and I remember that word means something else in the English language. So if you live in Europe, if somebody say, "Where's the tutty? Let me see your tutty." Sabrina, break down what tutty means.
Now, Gwen sent this to me, okay? So this is Gwen done found this out. Our mascot is Major Tutty. It's a little pig, right? In the British language, tutty is buttocks, your bum, your booty, or any word for that. It's a slang term for your backside. So we got a mascot parading around, and we calling him Commander Behind. Basically.
No, his name is Major Ass. That's what it is, because it's Major Tutty. So you might as well call him. I'm sorry for cussing y'all. But why would you pick this name? Didn't nobody in the group Google this name to see what it's
no research.
Nah, and why you got the mascot, the hog, when that's associated with the name you just got rid of and Amish again? No, I would have loved to see somebody in some fatigues or something. Make it make sense.
Right. Exactly.
Put the little teddy bear in the fatigues or something. You know what I'm saying? But you're gonna put a pig and then name it Tutty.
It's perfect. It's a perfect analogy
of what we've been going through for the past 30 years.
Yeah, it's perfect. This is a perfect way to end it right there. So I hope whoever comes in, do you think whoever comes in is going to rename the team? I don't think they are.
I don't think so either.
I don't think they are. I wish they would, but I don't think they are.
They owe me a whole bunch of money because I got a Commander everything.
Gosh, Commander! I got a ton of Commander shirts.
And now. I thought I would never. I was the first. I ain't buying nothing. I done lost my mind. I got Commander everything, even socks.
Gwen just gave me a pair of Commander shoes, y'all. You can't tell me.
And Sabrina gave me a Commander purse.
Yes, so we Commander down at this point.
Oh my goodness!
Wow.
So I hope they address our issues in the draft. I hope once the teams get so everybody can put their mind back on football and we can make some winning decisions because it's just very frustrating being a Commander fan. We don't seem to, we have the pieces, we don't put them in the right order. I'm afraid that we may begin to start losing our stars because they want to get paid now. They're coming out of these rookie contracts and they are playing well and they do their money. But everybody can't get paid. Speaking of everybody can't get paid.
Oh, here we go.
Let's go up the road 45 minutes.
Which I hope is behind.
Woo! Come on here. They playing with Lamar. Did you see how Lamar snapped that down on Instagram after they lost? When you don't take care of a good thing, that good thing flop in your face. I'm paraphrasing.
Right.
So basically, for those who don't know, the Lamar is waiting on his big contract and the Ravens ain't giving it to him.
No. And the big thing is he said he wanted his money to be a lot of it guaranteed. They offered him like, what is that? I wrote out $290 million they offered him for 6 years. And he's like, that's good, but I need so much guaranteed. And they didn't do that. So he's betting on himself.
But Sabrina, you know what is going to fall apart right here, with that Kyler contract, and that Mahomes contract. They waiting to see if these two new, because Burrow's up next for his, and so is Allen.
Okay. Yeah.
So they waiting to see if they gonna get a lot of guaranteed money. They are afraid of Lamar because Lamar is injury prone because of his mobility. He's already hurt. And let's take a sidebar. I'm glad that he sat out that game because RG3 should have sat his out when it happened. His career was over after that second injury.
Yes, it was.
And Lamar put himself first. I applaud the effort. Was it a little bitty payback?
I
do believe
it was.
He was like, but homeboy I was impressed with Humphrey.
Yeah, but still, I still think Lamar got him
much.
Yeah, and he got them over a barrel because you see when he's not in there, they play totally different. The proof was on the field. The proof was in the pudding. They need to pay that man what he asked for.
But if they don't, we just 45 minutes away.
You can even keep your house.
I know, your homeboys and everything.
Lamar, you hear, brother?
I'm dying for us to just get a chance at a great, because we are known for going after the superstar past their prime. We got my Nat past his prime, and all those Dion past his prime. Like we go for the superstars past their prime. It would be nice to catch one in their prime.
Right.
Even with Wentz, ain't no way they should have paid that. Wentz looked shocked at that when he was holding up that. He looked like, did they just
paid me?
30, did that man say 30, 28 million? Oh my God. He looked shocked. And I was too. I was like, of all the people.
Yeah.
But I hope they don't give him another contract. I pray that he's gone. Yeah. I want them to address the issue of quarterback. Even at that issue, Sabrina, let's get somebody out of the draft and train them up and keep them with us longer.
But they're saying that they're going to make Sam Howell the starter next year. Our third string who started the last game. He had a great game and all that, but now they're going to say he's going to be the starter. And you just don't know.
Okay, but still get somebody out of the draft. And then have somebody that you train up. Go invest some of the money. Invest it. And get us somebody. This is crazy. We are such winners if we could just get one or two areas addressed. We can be Super Bowl bound. And I'm not talking delusional like them other fans are. We can really play. We can really get to the playoffs and go far in the playoffs if we address our issue, that secondary issue and a quarterback.
Oh, and the biggest one for me is that offensive
But the line. But if the quarterback mobile like Lamar, then that give you a pass.
There you go.
Because some tight ends sure can't catch, so let them block. Shoot. Good Lord.
They ain't no
all right.
They all right. Let me talk about our quarter.
And that is fine. But he can't catch that ball. He got missing fingers or something. That ball slipped through his hand. I'd be like, good night, our brain. You know what I'm saying? When they keep it real, Sabrina.
My question is, how do we go to the man that's fine? We talk about the football. How we go there?
Let's get back to it. So I just hope they address our issues. I hope they do what they're supposed to do. But
we'll see. We just don't know until this new owner comes in. It's all a mystery, right? We got called Scooby-Doo. It's a mystery. We don't know what we're going to get.
Anything better than I shouldn't say that. Is the devil you know is better than one you don't know. But I'm willing to take a chance on the one that I don't know.
Yes, at this point.
Because this one is terrible. It has been terrible for a long time.
Yes. If the new owner comes in and makes good decisions and take us back to that RFK, he's going to get so many fans back. He's going to get so much. He's going to and please make the prices reasonable. Please make the food prices. I know you got to make your money. Please try to make it reasonable for the fans, okay?
It's $80 a pop.
Okay.
And they make you buy the ticket before you get there. So it ain't it's $80 a pop. It's terrible. But you know what they say? Well, I remember when they first was putting up the stadium and moving into PG where they did it. That was at the time, that was the poorest zip code in PG County. And a lot of people said they was going to be cursed because they put that state in a poor section.
They did that with the Nats Stadium at first.
They put it in Ward 8, but it took them 20 years. I haven't been to a Nats game because I'm in total protest because they moved everybody out of where I grew up in Southeast and put that stadium in the middle. All that. It doesn't even look the same. If you haven't been to Southeast DC,
is that Southwest? I think
that's Southeast, Southwest. That's right there, but they started on the Southeast side, but that is definitely Southwest. You're right. But still, they put it in the poorest area.
Yeah, they did. So, but I think that the RFK site would be good because
everything's already there.
The subway is there.
It's already there.
The FedEx, there's no direct. I mean, there's a subway at like 2 miles or so, but there's no
it's
direct.
2 miles.
Yeah. So with RFK, you can come right into the stadium from there. That would be ideal. Then that would cut down on the amount of parking that you need, even though some people would still drive. And I would say, I ain't going to tell y'all where I live, but I mean, I live about 15 minutes from RFK. If I go the back way, 15 to 20 minutes, that would be wonderful for me
to go to the game.
Anyway, hopeful thinking. We'll see.
We just hopeful that. So there you have it. The season is winding down. This is when I get sad. I start doing DIYs in my house because I'm not watching football all day. But this has been a funny season. This has been one of those. I'll be in the Twilight Zone because my boy Gino made it to the playoffs and Russell is home. What you think they're gonna do with Russell?
There's nothing they can do.
They done got rid of the coach.
Yeah, well. But Russell ain't going nowhere. That's
they
their
owe
contract
him too much money.
big. Yeah, Russell won't be there. Whoever they get is gonna have to work with him.
I told him, marrying that girl and took all his zap out.
That
I've been
is
saying
not
it for 3
true.
years. For 3 years, he been on the decline. For 3 years. Because you can naturally decline like Aaron. Aaron went from having 36, Aaron Rodgers, I'm going back to that. Aaron Rodgers went from having 36 touchdowns last year with 4 interceptions to having 26 touchdowns with 13 interceptions this year.
That's major.
So that's a major decline. Russell just been whoop. This slow busy chop. This year, what was his rating? I think he's 28th out of 31 quarterbacks.
Talking about Aaron.
No,
Aaron or Russell.
We're talking about Russell now. Okay. He was like 28.
Whatever it is, it's 32 teams for those who don't know. 28 out of 32 ain't good. Let's do the math on that. Okay. Yeah. But I think they're stuck with him. There's nothing that they can do. The contract is too big. Whoever they get is going to have to work with him. I mean, it's no choice. They don't have a choice.
They can't keep finding these coaches when the quarterbacks don't perform.
Which is what happened in Tampa Bay.
And which is, I think it happened in Denver too.
Yeah.
So we did our picks. We're looking forward to these games tomorrow. This is our first live. I hope you were thoroughly entertained.
Oh my God.
Oh, we have a question of the week.
Oh, yes, right. I forgot.
We have one question of the week.
And if you have any questions, you can let us know too.
So this is Ask the Cousins. So we went to the game. I went to my last game I went to this year was when we played the Giants. And there's a huge in Hall of Fame section, there's a huge column with all of our Super Bowl wins. So they had listed 1937, 1942, 1982, 1987, 1991. So this guy having a jacket in there only had 3. And my cousin Michelle asked, why don't they count the first 2? So the reason why they don't count the first 2 is when it was the AFL and the NFL. And this is when it were 2 separate football leagues. So the Washington Redskins were a team in the NFL, the National Football League. So when they combine, like 60-something, 63, 61.
Don't start me the line.
But now everybody was under the NFL, which is the last 3. So the reasons why they don't count the first 2, because they were not a part of the now NFL.
Yeah, great. That's a great question.
Because they clearly have them listed. I'll see if I can find a picture next show when we're not live.
Yeah.
To show you they have them listed as 5 championships, but technically we only have 3.
Yes, and now we need another one, Lord. The last one was in 91.
91.
I ain't gonna tell you how old I was.
Good night, Irene.
Golly, that's what 30 years ago.
Ooh, that's 31 girls, Sabrina.
So 32. Anyway, we hope y'all are gonna watch the games tomorrow.
And enjoy them.
Yeah, we're gonna come back next time. We don't know if we'll be live or.
This was kind of fun because Sabrina don't have to edit when we do it this way.
Can I tell y'all something?
But I have to come over here. So
yeah, it's a give and take because if we edit it, it takes hours, to put in the stuff and take this out and blah blah blah. We doing this thing live for the first time. I ain't got to edit jack.
She could just turn the computer off and go back to her livelihood, and I could get in my car and race home.
I like this.
I do too. I ain't gonna lie.
I like this a lot. Thank you for joining us.
If
you have any questions, I think they're going to post this on there. Just put it in the comments what your questions are or whatever your comments are. We love y'all.
We love you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for watching us. Thank you for following us for 3 years. We winding down on our 3rd season, Sabrina. Can you believe it?
3 years.
It's been 3. This is our 3rd season.
We started in October of 2020.
Season.
Oh, season, not years. Got it.
So this is our 3rd season.
Okay. Well, we're going to keep it going. And don't go nowhere, too, like during the off season, because we're going to be doing shows here and there. It's always going to be news coming out. It's always different little things that we need to discuss.
Especially with the new owner thing.
Yeah.
And we still, I hollered out to Jen at the Philly game. I say, Jen, you owe me one. You owe me one, girl. And she gave me the thumbs up. So I'm going to reach out to her and see when she can come, or Jennifer King.
Yeah, see if we can get her on the show. So, at that rate, I think we're going to sign off. I'm Sabrina.
I'm Gwen. Stay safe, stay blessed. Love someone. Bye.
Bye, guys.